All of a sudden, things get a little bit darker. Save statue if you want it. I guess I'll take it. And if you want to clear out some space to work, you can knock down the spiders. See how much easier these things are to do with the stamina beetle and the speed beetle? So much easier to use. Just holding down A to speed up. Really, really helpful upgrade to have. But yeah, knocking down one of those Skulltulas was able to open this area up for us, and unfortunately, there's a locked door blocking the way. But fortunately, I have the... I forgot I had the beetle equipped. But this teaches you can grab items off of enemies, just like keys. So that guy has no idea what just happened. That's not the prettiest looking location in the world, but it looks like our chest. We can go to kill that guy if we want. He looks really angry, but we'll let him live. Don't see why not. Life isn't of any consequence. This takes us all the way back up to the main room, doesn't it? Or this is a different room entirely. No, this is a different room entirely. It is, however, connected to the main room, as this switch will demonstrate. I forget if we want to use this to open up a shortcut to move forward, or if it's just got a chest. Oh, this is the dungeon map. Well, I guess that's helpful to have. Didn't reveal much of anything. Or did it? Because there's a whole basement area that we haven't explored yet. We were only in this part. No idea what this area is. And is there really much that we can do here? I guess we can open up the area. I'll ignore that guy for now, because we really don't have any business out there. So I guess it's up to us to figure out where we have to go from here. Question is, how do we flip that thing over? Forget how high you can jump with that dive, don't you? So we can knock that thing over. Climb the wall, grab the vines. Shake that guy off. I pressed the A button for no reason. Golden guy! Couldn't even see just because of the way the grass was positioned. Did you open your mouth vertically at all? Oh, I can stab him. I didn't even think I could stab him. So just casually jump off. Flip that thing over. There's some money underneath it. I forget if it's more than 20 or if it's just 20. It might just be 20. Is that it? Oh no, there's a whole section down here. That's right. Just run into those things like an idiot, hoping that they don't blow up in your face. Smartest idea ever. No, this was the direction that we were supposed to go. I just completely forgot. The music in this area is getting a little weird, isn't it? Oh, hi, there's a guy behind me. Didn't even see him there. Well, I think we have an idea what we need to do now. That's the nice thing about a lot of the Zelda puzzles. Sometimes they just tend to work themselves out. Brilliant. One of the few places you can take a quarter heart of damage in this game, I happen to find it. So let's make our way back up here. Flip this thing over. And I forgot you're not supposed to... I'm surprised it didn't. Because Because I always jump for that thing before it levels itself like this, and more often than not, I'll fail to catch it because I didn't give it time to level. I can't believe I actually made it. But this switch is just beyond our reach. Not beyond the reach of the whip, though. And if I remember correctly, this is where we run into an enemy that we have to use our whip to defeat. Actually, I forget, what's the button that we need to use to activate fire? Oh well, whatever. Easy enough to defeat the Phoenix thing. Only drops a green rupee, though. And now we have this whole area of vines to explore, assuming that I understand what I'm doing. Now this is where things get a little interesting, because you have to grab that ledge. Get off of me. I love how that kills him, too. It's like his only purpose in life was to grab me and make my life slightly less convenient. And he doesn't try to grab onto the vines again after he fails, he just kills himself. So that opens up a water spout we can use to get back here more quickly. And this switch lowers the head. Now unfortunately this is going to cover up the chest with the big key, but it will give us access to that basement floor, because the bottom door is moved down to an area that we can use to access the basement. So you can see the head isn't there anymore, it's been buried in the middle of the statue. And that's what we need to use in order to move forward. Because we haven't been able to access the basement floor until now. So we just need to work our way back around to the front of the statue, wherever that happens to be. Or I may have passed it because I'm an idiot. No, I think the front of the statue's right over here. Ow. Oh, that's where we're supposed to figure out what the order is. Well, whatever. I was lucky enough to figure it out my first time without even realizing it. Take whatever luck you can get. But you can see, this jump we're going to have to go down 2 levels to make. Will it let me go down this way? It will. Awesome. So let's restock on health a bit before we go out there, because this area does not look nearly as inviting as the area from whence we came. It's all dark and scary, it's got a face of a monster and everything. I forget if there's anything, like, in this area around the front, back here. Got these zombie dudes all over, they have an insane amount of health. You're welcome to, you know, slash their heads into your heart's content, but it's not going to do you too much good. Plenty of keys down here, too. They're all fire keys, so I hope you don't have your wooden field. Guessing not a single one of them dropped a monster claw. So, the issue is, we have something we need to deliver the bomb to in order to progress. I think that's that stone over there. The problem is, even with the speed beetle, we're not going to be able to reach it because you cannot use the extra speed when you're holding on to something. So instead we have to stop the flow of poison coming from this thing's mouth. And just like with the Skyview Temple, if I can actually turn the beetle around, not like an idiot. The thing for the switch is only accessible by the beetle. I'm holding it hard left, and it's... Beetle, come on. You've been so responsive for me throughout the entire project, and now you're just going to refuse to cooperate with me. That'll stop the flow. And that'll give us a more direct path. I didn't notice those before because they were the same color as the wall. Butterflies, come on. There we go. Now there is other stuff you can draw here. Since I really only need money, I'm not going to bother drawing anything else. The thing is, I don't know what it uses to judge how well you draw things, because that looked like a better rupee than the first one I drew, and it gave me less money for it. So, I got nothing there. But you can see we don't have the opportunity to go faster even with the speed beetle. Now, I think the stamina beetle might be able to reach it without having to stop the flow. But if you don't have the stamina beetle by now, that's how the game intends for you to pass this, so better to know than not. Of course, we have the lily pads here, but I forgot we needed to flip that one over. Well, it's a good thing that poison doesn't immediately kill us. I always figured those things disintegrated after some time. I guess they don't. That's good to know. So now that we've destroyed the rock over there, we can actually make our way over to this thing. Up here. And reaching the top of this lets us jump to the next one. Now the problem here is that the other one is spinning really, really fast. Now I remember the first time I played this, I spent a good like 10 minutes trying to run against this, and I could just barely, almost make it. But you won't be able to. So instead we have to come around here, jump over to the next set of vines, and do exactly what we've been doing for the entire rest of the dungeon. Hit a switch, turn it the other way. Now it'll start spinning all the gears in the opposite direction. I think even the spinning walls with the vines on them will start spinning in the opposite direction. More zombies to avoid. Oh, this probably wasn't the smartest thing I ever did because I didn't regen my stamina in the meantime. We'll be okay though. Just keep on going. Run back to the switch, flip it the other way. That'll send the walls going back the opposite direction. And now we can use the walls to go the other way. Because it turns out there was an area that we could go to before the point when we jumped on. It's all the way over here. More case. I heard a monster claw there. Not sure where it fell. And over here, if you want to activate it, there's a shortcut. Probably never going to use it, but it's there if you need it. So now we just climb up. Nice stress-free climb. Zombies will chase after you, just break free. I think at least 2 will reach you. Maybe 3, because this shaft is a lot longer than it looks. Like, you'd think, okay, we're all the way up in the light, there's nothing around us, can't see anything, probably going to transition at some point, but it takes a lot longer than you would think. So now that we're up here, we have to find a way to move the giant's head back up. And if we find a different way to get into the basement than the way we originally got in, we should be able to retrieve the key from the chest. And of course, that different way is the way that we just came in from. So we make our way back down here. Back through the shortcut that I said we would never use. And back where the statue originally was is the big chest. And And that gives us the blessed idol that we need in order to access the boss. So of course, the statue is going to come slowly, crushing us down, and all these zombies are going to get in the way, and it's going to be really hard to fight our way out of the pit, and it's going to crush us, and we're going to die, and it's going to be so scary. But really, it's just a convenient way for us to access the boss. So we don't have to go all the way back out and around. Just ride these water spouts back up. As you remember, the way for us to get to the boss door is all the way at the top of this statue. So we just ride our way up here. Now this one's easy, because you can see there's only one possible way it can be oriented. Only one side has the flower on it. No ambiguity there. That opens up the top for us. Work's not quite done yet, though. We have 4 of these switches we need to hit. Because we're not quite up to the boss yet. There's one more step we have to take. And that's to raise the entire statue all the way up to the very, very top of the temple. So this has been a really interesting place. It had a nice, airy, watery temple on the surface, and underneath it felt like a shadow temple. All dark, scary, dead. So what kind of boss can we expect ourselves to be in for here? There's only one way to find out.